Hello, my friends. I'm Bee, and this is Bee's Intuition. Today we're going to do reading, and I want to make it quickie. We will see. And yeah, the theme of the reading is who's having fantasies about you, and what are these fantasies? And I'm gonna put it pretty open-ended in the way of like anyone can come through, because like not everybody has good fantasies about somebody or schmexual, fantasies. So it'll be like literally anybody that's having any sort of fantasy about you, even if it's not schmexual. Okay, so let's just dive right in, shall we? Please and thank you, Spirit. Who is fantasizing about the collective? And what are they fantasizing about? What are they? Oh, what are they fantasizing about around these parts? Sometimes I do accents and I'm just like, that is not a human accent. It doesn't even sound anything close to a recognizable accent. Oh, very interesting. Okay, let's see if there's anything else that decides to come out. Please and thank you, Spirit. Who is fantasizing about the collective, and what are they fantasizing about? Please and thank you. Ooh, perfect. Thank you, Spirit. I was about to say maybe one more, and Spirit gave me one more. Ooh. Honestly, we're getting some interesting vibes so far, and at least half of this reading is really positive, so that's good right off the bat. So anyways, I'll show you what came out. We have the Eight of Swords. I don't know if it's picking up on camera, but my nails look really cool, so in case you noticed. Anyways, we have the Eight of Pentacles. So right off the bat, 8-8, or maybe repeating eights could be something significant for you. Maybe it's indicating that somebody's having fantasies about you if you see repeating eights. And then we have the Two of Cups. I like that a lot. Yeah, we'll dig deeper into those. We don't have to go into yet. The World card. And then bottom of the deck, we have the Seven of Cups. I don't know why it took me a minute. Seven of Cups. Let's just dive right into the clarification. Starting with that Eight of Swords. Please and thank you, Spirit. Who's having who's having some fantasies about the collective? And what are they fantasizing about? Yes. Meow, 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 meow. Okay, I feel like maybe there's gonna be another one that comes out, or a little stack. Oh. Oh no, my back itches. Better not be a mosquito bite. I'm gonna be mad if it's just a mosquito bite. We'll see. Alrighty, so we have clarifying that Eight of Swords. Oh my gosh. Anyways, Ace of Pentacles, the Star card. Those came out more or less together, so I'm gonna take them as like maybe a message on its own, but let me show you the other ones that came out. We also have the Three of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune, Four of Pentacles, Knight of Wands, and Seven of Cups. We saw the Seven of Cups somewhere else, didn't we? Ah, yes, at the bottom of this deck, yeah. So double confirmation for Seven of Cups. Okay, so right off the bat, somebody feels stuck in their fantasies about you. This is clarifying the Eight of Swords. That's usually a feeling of being stuck in a certain situation. Feeling like you can't actually get out of that situation, even though there is a way to get out. It just feels like you can't get out of it. So either maybe this person's in a situation currently where they feel like they're stuck in it, or they're stuck in this fantasy realm of dreaming about you. And one of those fantasies right off the bat is with the Ace of Pentacles, like, hey, do you want to build something together? Do you want to start to grow something together between the two of us? And the Star card would indicate, it can indicate so many different things. But I'm getting it more so as maybe a healing energy. So maybe the two of you could have some sort of connection that is healing, or they feel like you were a very powerful person that could heal this person in some way. So if this is somebody with mental health issues, this could be somebody that kind of sees you as someone that may be able to alleviate their pain, internal pain. And I feel like that just may not be super healthy. But then again, it's a fantasy. It doesn't necessarily mean that that's how this person's going to act in real life. But it definitely seems like they're thinking, their fantasies in this part of the reading is, I want to start something here. And they see you as very much standing out in some way. You look really attractive to this person, so there definitely could be schmexual fantasies in the background. But with this message coming through right now, it's mostly like this person feels like if they started something with you, it would be incredibly spiritual, actually, as part of it. So it could be a very spiritual connection. It could open up this person's spirituality. But also you have this very healing, caring energy that I feel like they almost feel or fantasize that you could probably help them with like their mental health or help heal them. And I just feel like that may not be a super healthy expectation to place on someone. And to an extent, it almost even speaks of like a hidden agenda to a degree. Because it's like you shouldn't be jumping into relationships with people that can do something for you and that's it. You should be getting into relationships because you actually have a genuine connection with that person. You genuinely feel compatible, like there's actual chemistry there. So it may just be something that they're kind of thinking about, fantasizing about, but it doesn't mean that they're actually gonna be coming towards you and offering you this new beginning and saying like, hey, why don't you heal me? But rather that's just what they're thinking right now. And there's something about that Eight of Swords that we're clarifying that's coming through right now. It's almost like this person is almost willingly trapped in a situation. I don't want to say that though, because it's like sometimes it's a subconscious, unconscious thing. And we, like even if we don't belong with someone, our brain can go through like a bunch of mental gymnastics to kind of like prove that this is the connection for you. But it almost feels like there is this sense of them being stuck, but they really don't have to be stuck. And so okay, this is coming back to the mental health aspect, I feel. And so it's like, this is probably somebody that has low self-esteem, has mental health difficulties that may make them feel kind of unlovable. And so maybe they stay in their safe comfort zone, and that includes in relationships. Because I feel like there's something here about a relationship or some sort of environment or situation that this person is in and they're not happy, or this situation or person makes this person overthink, keeps this person in their head. So it's like not fulfilling, but they're probably it's like they kind of tell themselves that they're stuck. And it speaks a little bit to a victim complex, not gonna lie, but yeah. Anyways, let's see what the other messages were. So in this part, these came out together. The Three of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune, Four of Pentacles, and Knight of Wands. So the Three of Pentacles, and since I was picking up on this Eight of Swords energy being someone that probably is already in some sort of connection, maybe not necessarily, but there's something that maybe it's an environment or situation or something in which they feel trapped in. But the Three of Pentacles with the added part of, I feel like somebody here may be in a relationship that they're not happy in. The Three of Pentacles could definitely indicate that this is with somebody that they already built some sort of foundation with, whether it's a sturdy foundation or not. They already started to build this foundation, and so maybe they feel like this foundation is kind of the reason why they have to stay in this, even if they're not happy. There also, I don't know why, but there could be a kid involved. I don't know why. The Three of Pentacles kind of makes me think that maybe there's like a, yeah, like this could be even a parent, maybe. And so they're like, I can't break up the family by choosing myself. But sometimes it's better for the children if the parents are like, you know, constantly yelling at each other, at each other's throats. Sometimes it's better to just, you know, go your separate ways, especially in certain circumstances like that. But again, I also feel like that is a little bit of a cop-out potentially, where it's like, oh, I have to stay in this situation because, you know, I don't want to mess up the family unit. But maybe they don't even fully believe that. So it is just starting to sprinkle a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open my umbrella. Look at how beautiful it is. My mom bought it for me. I think she actually got it for me as a my birthday gift, but my birthday's not for like months, or maybe about a month away, but it just was really funny how she like gave it to me like way before my birthday. Oh, gotta love parents like that. They're just such goobers. Honestly, I'd get that because I'm terrible at keeping secrets, especially when it comes to a gift I got for someone and I think that they're gonna like it. Like, yeah. I'm just gonna reposition things a little bit better so that they don't get too wet and rained on, if I can help it. Okay, so yes, so we covered that Three of Pentacles. That was clarifying the Eight of Swords. Feels like there's some sort of foundation that's set up right now. Then the Wheel of Fortune comes in. And that makes me think, is this you know, them feeling like spirit is coming in to direct them in a different direction? Or that's maybe what they think is happening on a spiritual level. And then that was, the Wheel of Fortune was followed by the Four of Pentacles. That's a pretty closed off energy. And it's interesting that that's then followed by the Knight of Wands. So, maybe this Four of Pentacles is indicating that this person is finally coming to recognize that this connection that they're currently in isn't good for them because it makes them unhappy, or maybe it's unhealthy. You know, there's so many reasons why that could be a thing, right? I'm going to reposition again because the rain and the wind, they're really up to some trouble today. The rain and the wind. Okay. So. Yeah, it is kind of raining a lot, but actually it's not even raining a lot. It's more so like a, okay, now it's starting to rain more. Yeah, this might have not been a good idea. Life's too short though. So let's just keep going as I get completely soaked. I got a better idea. How about we do something like this, perhaps? And, it just falls so gracefully and softly. It's just, like, so cute. Maybe I should even try to, like, protect my phone or something, I don't know. But maybe I should just hold the umbrella the whole time. I wasn't expecting it to like, I thought it was only gonna like shower, like sprinkle, like a mist. How am I gonna do this? I think I have an idea. It either is genius or idiotic, right? Like most ideas, I would say. Sorry, I know I'm probably making a very ugly face in the camera right now, but I swear. What did I think that was gonna do? Okay. Well. What am I trying to do here? Of course, me doing all of this and then it stops raining. But anyways. Okay, I think this should work for the most part. Alright, so with the Four of Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles is sometimes a card of realizing that something has outworn its welcome. You're holding on to things that don't actually serve. But it also may just be this is this person's energy in general of just holding on to something that maybe they know to a certain degree is not serving them anymore, but it's like the fear of the unknown that maybe keeps this person stuck. So yeah, this could be this person, but also I'm getting that if they feel called towards you, Four of Pentacles would maybe indicate that you're closed off to this person. And I feel like that would be rightfully so, especially if they have another person in the picture, which it seems like they do. So that could also be you, you know, being like, I'm good, thanks, bye. And then the Knight of Wands. That just rubs me the wrong way because it's like, there's something a little bit jokesterish about this person to me. It almost feels like this is the kind of person that could come in towards you to express themselves, and then they'd be like, oh, that was just a joke. But it's only because they're only saying it's a joke because it didn't work out in their favor, or because you rejected them, and they're like, oh, it was just a joke. So that's fine. But they may like have like a serious undertone to it, where it's like they genuinely, you know, want to flirt with you, want to, you know, get to know you. But then if you're closed off to this person, they could try to like kind of play it off like, oh yeah, I wasn't even that interested anyways. Something like that. But yeah, this person definitely gives off player energy. In terms of the fantasy here, with the Three of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune, Four of Pentacles, Knight of Wands, oh, this is interesting. So the fantasy is they want you to come into their life to pull them away from this situation. It almost feels like, yeah, I'm getting the same kind of energy that I got before with the Ace of Pentacles and the Stars. Like, they could see you as like a savior of sorts to them. Like you're the only person that could save them from this situation. But also I feel like that's giving away this person's own power and owning up to their responsibilities and stuff. But yeah, it's like, maybe they're also hoping for a shift in the energies in the universe right now to maybe make it easier to release this connection. It's almost like they even want to play maybe hard to get. And they're hoping that you will come in with this Knight of Wands energy and that you'll just be like, oh, hello, let me flirt with you, let me hit on you, even though I know that you're in a relationship or something. And it feels very much like pick me, choose me, love me, is what this person's fantasizing about. They're fantasizing about you pretty much being a homewrecker, is what I'm getting. Odd. Very odd. And the Wheel of Fortune, too, it almost feels like this sense of like, oh, it's out of my hands. So there's something here about with this fantasy. The way it's hitting me is like, they kind of just want somebody to use as an excuse or a scapegoat here. So it's like if you flirted with them, they could somehow get away scot-free without ever taking accountability. Or if you come in and wreck this person's home, it will be spun in such a way that you are the bad guy and this person gets off scot-free. Yeah, there's something around that. It just is very bizarre. It's almost like the more closed off this person gets, the harder they want you to try to win this person over. But it's like, dog, why do you focus so much on the collective? Like, focus on your relationship. This is probably why the relationship ain't working. Because this person's too busy fantasizing about you coming into their life and shaking things up for them. And that I feel like is almost an insult to you, because it's just like, okay, you don't value me, you don't actually think highly of me, you don't really, like, I don't know, that just feels very odd and nonsensical. But anyways, then the last card that came out to clarify that Eight of Swords is the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups can deal with a lot of opportunities, a lot of many choices to choose from. So this person, oh no. So I forget what it's called. This cliche in anime, where it's like, I believe it's called something like harem anime or something like that, where it's like everybody in the storyline that can be a potential love interest is interested in the main character, and so there's just all of these, like, I'm gonna just say in terms of what I've seen is like a guy that's just like surrounded by so many girls that are into him and so many girls that are trying to impress him, you know, like that kind of thing. And it definitely makes me think of like you know, old-timey harems, or I think that's what they were called. Pretty much where, like, you know, a sultan would have like a bunch of concubines and stuff. That's the energy I'm getting with the Seven of Cups. This is not somebody that is very ethical or moral, I would say, because it's almost like they just kind of want to like see what's out there, have all the colors of the rainbow, like taste all the colors of the rainbow. By that I mean like just kind of dating around, being, it's like this person's in a relationship but wants to act single, and they want to feel like they have all the options at their fingertips. This person definitely gives an entitled victim complex sort of person. And that's not to say that they're a bad person. It's just that they have some issues that they need to work out on their end. Yeah. They just want to be fought over, is what I'm getting with the Seven of Cups. They want to feel like they have all the options in the world and that people are like willing to go into battle for this person. And he would just be so overwhelmed, like, I don't know who to pick. I don't know, like, you know, what path to choose. And I think I use him as the pronoun just because I don't know, but apply it to any gender. bizarre. So they probably are having some schmexual fantasies about you. But it... Okay, so it's almost like they're fantasizing about potential realities that could happen if you were in their life, or if you were interested in them, or if you were actively pursuing them. That's what they're fantasizing about, pretty much, this Eight of Swords person. But they kind of come across as a way of like, well, for one, they're unfaithful. They clearly want to cheat on their partner, but without admitting guilt or being the person that's seen as being in the wrong. But then there's just like this, I don't know, something about this person feels kind of delusional to an extent. Okay, let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. So we have on top Four of Swords. That's a time of, you know what, I'm gonna try and see if I can stabilize this umbrella a little bit more. Yeah. I'm such a genius, everybody knows it. I'm a genius, everybody knows it. I'm a genius. Okay. Maybe that's a bit better. Hopefully. Hopefully the hair tie's not too much in frame. Okay. So anyways, we have the Four of Swords. That's a time of meditation, reflection, taking a step back to maybe handle one's thoughts. Oh, okay. So specifically the dreaming aspect of the Four of Swords is coming through. So they probably have literal dreams about you. But there was something about the Four of Swords about being alone. So I feel like they could definitely fantasize or dream about you when they're maybe more so alone. Also, it feels like maybe there's even like a little bit of like praying, maybe almost, to like get you to act towards them in some way. It's like they're bargaining with God in a sense. Like they're like, I really want this person. What do I have to do to attract them to me? It's not necessarily that they want to do anything. They just want to attract you. When I said attract, it almost felt like trap. That could be significant. Well, yeah. I guess from what we've seen of this person's personality, they're probably not the best person to be in a commitment with, so maybe it would feel like a trap if you got that far. Let's see what's underneath the Four of Swords. Two of Wands. Oh. They could feel like you're a broken piece, or not broken piece, you're a missing piece to them. That they're lacking in or they're lacking when it comes to you being in their life. And the Two of Wands is a card of planning, so it is very possible that this person could eventually come towards you, because it could be that they're actively making plans to come towards you in some regard. Definitely could be more of a schmexual sort of energy if they were to approach you, because it is the Two of Wands. The Wands deal a lot with passion, attraction. Okay, I want to see what's underneath the Two of Wands. Nine of Swords. So they do feel very stuck in their head. This is somebody that thinks a lot, has a lot of negative thoughts. They feel maybe stressed about it. It kind of feels like they're stressed about missing their opportunity with you in some regard. Like maybe they had a chance with you and blew it because they didn't realize how much you would mean to them or something. So also with the Nine of Wands, and we had the Four of not Nine of Wands, the Nine of Swords and the Four of Swords here. It almost is like they have these dreams and maybe they're very pleasant, but then it's like they wake up and they realize that these are not real life, these dreams that they have about you, and they could be very upset about that. Or if you have a history with this person, this could be somebody that has, dreams about you in which you are walking away from them, or there's some sort of drama that takes place, and so there could be like nightmares that you're in. And these make this person very upset and anxious. I almost feel this energy of like, I don't know what to do. But I feel like they know what to do. It's just if they wanted to do anything at all, they do know what to do. But it's almost like their ego maybe trying to convince them that they don't know what to do to change the situation. Anywho, that is the Eight of Swords person. That is fantasizing about you, but in a very odd way, I would say. But anyways, let's go on to the Eight of Pentacles. Clarify that, please and thank you, Spirit. Who's having fantasies about the collective, and what are those fantasies? Please and thank you. Please and thank you, Spirit. With that Eight of Pentacles. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Quite a bit came out, but that's okay. We have the Page of Pentacles, Four of Cups, the Chariot, Ace of Swords, Seven of Wands, and then the Devil and the Hierophant came out like this. Very interesting. And then bottom of the deck, we have the Page of Swords. This could be somebody that is watching you actively. Could be watching your career, the things that you're focused on in terms of your reality, your physical world. So could even be projects, creative hobbies. But typically it's seen as something that is like a career. The Page of Swords definitely would indicate that this is somebody watching you and watching you build something, watching you master something in your life, but not saying anything, just watching. Anyways, the Page of Pentacles. This person could fantasize about coming in towards you and expressing this desire to build something with you. So, okay, maybe this is more so non-romantic. It could be a collaboration or teaming up with someone in some way, working together. Maybe that's why this person wants to come towards you. But with that Four of Cups, that could also be the feeling of being rejected. Also, the cups deal with love typically, so could have something to do with that. Oh, this is an interesting fantasy. Okay, so it's almost like they want to come in towards, this is what they're fantasizing, them coming towards you, being like, hey, let's build something together, and then you being resistant to their offer, and maybe even potentially turning them down. This is part of the fantasy. Okay, and then with the other cards, the Chariot. So it's almost like after you refuse this person, after they, ask or, say, hey, I want to build with you, what do you think? And then once you reject them, they get into this Chariot energy, which is kind of funny because it's almost like they want to show you that they mean business. They want to like act in some way. you know, sometimes the Chariot can be like moving towards your destiny, or what you believe to be your destiny, your fate. So this person could feel like you are meant for them in some way. But it's like when you refuse or reject them, and it doesn't have to be super harsh that you that you reject them, because it is the Four of Cups. That's not a super harsh energy. Could even just be hesitance on your end, where you're just like, with this person, like, what's your angle, kind of thing. But then it's like, no, I mean business here. Let me show you. I'm showing up. I'm putting in the effort. I'm putting in the action. I'm moving out of my comfort zone and towards what I believe is my destiny. And then the Ace of Swords would indicate that this person has something to say to you. They want to tell you the truth. They want to shed light on something here. Could have to do with your career. So it doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. Definitely could be, but it doesn't have to be. They want to share information, bring something to light, tell you the truth. Could be the truth of their feelings or the truth of their intentions. So if this is a non-romantic situation, it definitely could be this person explaining that they want to collaborate with you or work with you in some regard. The Seven of Wands, that would indicate that this person is very much willing to step up to the plate and fight for this. Even if the odds are stacked against them, even if it looks hopeless, they still want to fight for this collaboration or this relationship. And then in terms of this fantasy, yeah, it's like this fantasy is them coming in, offering you something to build together, you rejecting them, and then they go into this action mode to kind of prove themselves to you a little bit more. And then that Ace of Swords would indicate that they are trying to have a conversation maybe with you. And with that Seven of Wands being the last one that came out in this part, it's almost like they want you to see that they're a fighter, that they're willing to fight for this, that they are courageous, that they are gonna do whatever it takes to get you on their side. And honestly, I can't hate that too badly. Or at all. Like, I don't know. That's okay. I guess that's their fantasy there. But then we had the Hierophant and the Devil coming out in this direction. So it's like, see, I don't like that energy, because it's like when it comes out this way, and especially the Devil card coming out this way, because if they come out this way, I typically see that as something that's holding someone back in some regard. And especially because the Devil deals with a sense of fear that controls us and makes us believe that we don't have power in a given situation, but we have more power than we realize. Also, there's addictions and toxicities that are also attached to the Devil, but it feels kind of like it feels like their shadow self, the devil within, so to speak, is holding this person back substantially, and they could even be trying to ignore their own toxic habits, addictions, obsessive behavior even. And then the Hierophant also coming out this way. It's just like, I mean, yeah, the Hierophant can deal with long-term relationships and that sort of commitment. But with it coming out like this, it's almost like that's holding this person back, which would incline me to say that maybe this is somebody that's in a third-party situation, or, in a relationship. If this is a romantic situation, this could be somebody that is in a relationship, and that relationship is maybe that this connection that they're in, this commitment, is holding them back from what they truly want, which is you. So if it's a romantic situation, that would be the case. And then if this is a career collaboration here, I would still say be careful, because the devil card is really hitting me as like something that's a big obstacle for this person. And somebody that's not aware of their shadow self also can project a lot of their own shadow self onto other people, which just creates toxicity and unhealthy connections. They could feel a little bit addicted to you, maybe your energy. But also there's earth sign energy. With the devil card, it's Capricorn, and with the Hierophant, it's Taurus, I believe. Earth sign energy. But that also could be talking about career. So it's almost like, okay, so I see now from a career perspective, if this is a career situation, I would say still look out for this person, because the devil coming out like that, I feel like is a indication that this person has stuff going on within themselves that they need to kind of sort out, because it's holding them back in some regard. And then the Hierophant coming out like this, in a career reading or context, it could definitely indicate that this is somebody that is so old-fashioned in their way of thinking that it actively holds them back from progressing. And with that combination of the Hierophant and the devil coming out like that, it could even be that this person is stuck in their ways, maybe. Like they know that these traditional concepts, rules, gender roles, relationship roles, these out of date beliefs, they could really hold on to them very tightly as if they are not wrong. But that's like creating this blind spot where they're not growing. So there could be a little bit of a message there about reading between the lines with this person. Yeah, and maybe like, because they kind of want to prove themselves to you, I almost feel like that may be short term. Like they'll stop trying after they get you. And it's maybe more about the thrill of the chase rather than anything solid. But well, since it's about fantasies, this reading, I highly doubt that this is like a career thing. That, you know, somebody's just, you know, fantasizing about collaborating with you. I don't know if that would be very likely. I mean, it's possible, I suppose. Okay, so in terms of fantasies, the devil card and the Hierophant coming out like this, it could be that this person wants you to kind of be their dirty little secret. But with it coming out like this, it's like it doesn't really serve anyone, and you're kind of like going against your own moral code. This person's probably going against their own moral code to fulfill maybe a certain desire here. So they could be kind of fantasizing about you wanting to partake in this toxic connection, I guess, with them. And it's almost like you would be aware of this person's shadow side, and you would be aware that this person is committed elsewhere, but it's like the fantasy is that you don't care. The fantasy is about how you would be okay with being their side piece. You would be okay with being the other person in a relationship. And I feel like this is definitely not in touch with reality. And since it's coming out like this, it almost feels like Spirit's just saying, like, either A, that's never going to happen, or B, it doesn't serve anyone. It's just not, like, reasonable, practical, or realistic. So it's almost, okay, and the way that it comes out like this, it could even feel like this person's, like, feeling bad about having this kind of fantasy of you desiring to be this person's side piece, although you know this person's, like, married or in a serious commitment. And it feels like that would just be creating a lot of bad karma for this person and for you. So I feel like that's almost maybe a deeper fantasy where it's like underneath, like further down in this person's mind, I guess. But in terms of fantasies, it's like, I know that this is probably never going to happen like this. It's never going to actually work out this way, but I'm going to fantasize about it happening anyways. That's kind of the feeling I'm getting from that. Very, very odd fantasies I'm getting so far. And so far, a lot of it has to do with third parties and you being, for lack of a better term, a homewrecker. And I feel like that's probably just not your style at all. Odd. People are so odd. Yeah, so let's look at the bottom of the deck. We have that Page of Swords, which I kind of summarized earlier. This person's definitely watching you work, watching what you're doing. Not saying anything, though. What's underneath that Page of Swords? The Tower. That seems like a big jump, going from the Page of Swords to the Tower, because this is a card of inaction, watching from a distance, probably being too nervous to, like, make any actions or speak at all. And then the Tower card underneath that is just so much chaos and things crumbling down around. So again, like, this fantasy's coming through of, like, maybe while they're just kind of watching you, I guess, they're hoping that you, either they already feel this way or they're hoping that you shake up their life in some way. And I'm inclined to say that it's more so that homewrecker energy that this person is, like, hoping for. Because it's like, I'm not happy in my current relationship, so if that current relationship crumbles down to the ground, and it's not my fault, that's kind of this person's perspective, and it's not my fault, then I win, or, I get to, bow out and go my own way or whatever. I don't know. It's very, very odd. I want to see what's underneath the Tower. The Emperor. Emperor. That makes me feel like there's somebody else, because how do we get from the Page of Swords to the Emperor under that Tower card? That feels so strange to me. And it's the Emperor upright, so it's like somebody that's responsible, very powerful, very much in their power. This is not the type of person to make excuses, which I feel like the other people we've been seeing throughout this reading have kind of been like that. Something has to fall apart for somebody to maybe become empowered. Something has to fall apart for somebody to feel empowered. So maybe it's like, if you come along, ruin this person's relationship, they can move on and become a better version of themselves. And it almost feels like that would be in relation to you, being a better version of themselves for you. I don't know. There's just These are very strange messages today. There also could have been something that they saw that was very mind-blowing, and it could make this person really want to change in a drastic way. Maybe you're like leading by example in some regard in this person's life, and so they're like seeing you maybe make healthy choices for yourself no matter how chaotic or how difficult they are. And so this person kind of wants to follow in your footsteps to become a better person. But there's still something about like, I don't know if this person has the backbone for it, you know, to actually make those difficult decisions. Interesting. Okay, let's move on to the Two of Cups now. So yeah, this is definitely not going to be a quickie. But I guess we're not surprised. It's me. I have the gift of gab. Let's clarify that Two of Cups. Please and thank you, Spirit. Who is having fantasies about the collective right now? And what are those fantasies with that Two of Cups? Please and thank you, Spirit. I mean, already I'm inclined to say that this is probably somebody that has romantic fantasies about you rather than something more schmexual, but we'll see. Okay, what do we get? Okay, so clarifying that Two of Cups, we have the Tower card that decided to grace us with its presence. The Judgment card. Four of Swords. The Magician. Nine of Wands. The Hanged Man. Bottom of the deck is the Fool card. Okay. So, yeah, I'm going to say that this is probably somebody that has romantic feelings for you because it is clarifying the Two of Cups. Actually, let me take a sip of my water. So this is someone it's like this is somebody that's fantasizing about their life as they know it crumbling down around them, and then them kind of becoming reborn or stepping into a different phase of life or stepping into a different life completely. Feels almost like the shedding of something here taking place. That's part of their fantasy here. Something crumbling so that they can free themselves and somehow become a better person. And then it's like, this could be another person that has literal dreams about you, or it's the same person as earlier. It feels, yeah, it kind of feels a little bit like manifestation in its baby stages. So it's like you're really thinking about this person that you really like and want to manifest. And maybe it just starts out with thinking a lot about them, but then it turns into, I don't know, there's like different various steps to it. So it's like, maybe they even think that you're like their dream person. But yeah, it's like speaking it aloud or to themselves or something, like thinking a lot about you and then actually trying to manifest you with the Magician. Trying to manifest this connection with you. So yeah, the way it's hitting me right now is like they want something else to crumble down so that they become free. And then it's like when they become free, they can become more enlightened. They can work on themselves, reflect on things, become a better person, become more powerful in order to manifest a connection with you. Interesting that the Nine of Wands came out and then the Hanged Man. It almost even gives me this sense of pause on this person's fears. So this person probably has gone through their relationships, some difficult relationships, and those have left their mark and made them a little bit standoffish or guarded. But with the Hanged Man coming out with the Nine of Wands, it almost hits me as like they're pressing pause on those fears, of pressing pause on the things that have occurred in their past that have led them to building this wall, putting up this wall. And the pausing with that Hanged Man comes in. Yes, the pausing with that Hanged Man comes in because of a shift in perspective, a different point of view, more enlightened point of view about something here. So maybe it's also they're kind of fantasizing about manifesting you, and maybe you're the one with the guard up. Or maybe it's both of you, to be honest, because I feel like we all kind of have a little bit of a wall up most of the time. But anyways, it's like maybe they're expecting you to be standoffish with them, guarded. But then with the Hanged Man, they're maybe hoping that you'll have a shift in perspective, that you'll start seeing things from a different point of view. And maybe you'll also feel this maybe spiritual connection they feel with you. And then the Fool card at the bottom of the deck. So this is somebody that clearly wants a new beginning here. It almost feels like they want to start their life anew, but it's like they want to start their life anew with you. And that's like the biggest fantasy that they're having right now, is just like breaking free from something, maybe even causing a little bit of chaos in the process, or, you know, kind of collateral damage, like not intended, but it kind of happens as a result of them, you know, maybe moving out of a certain environment or breaking up a certain foundation if they have a commitment. It's almost like something has to fall apart for this person to become more enlightened. And it makes sense. Like if this is not something, a situation, environment, relationship that really aligns with this person, then it would make sense why they kind of feel like it kind of needs to crumble for this person to be able to move forward in their life and in their own journey. And I'm inclined to say with the Fool card that this is an indicator of like genuine intentions. The little white dog typically represents that loyalty, probably that sense of purity, no hidden agenda. And then it's also that strong energy of spirit guiding this person towards you, or that's what this person believes, that the two of you are meant to come together after something falls apart, and this person has some sort of rebirth or healing that makes them powerful enough to come in towards you and cause you to lower your guard against them. Let's see what's underneath that Fool card. 10 of Wands. So this could be somebody that's been holding on to these like thoughts, feelings, fantasies for quite some time. Interesting. It could feel like a little bit of a burden at this point because they've held on to this for so long. They've been fantasizing about this for so long. They have a lot of passion and attraction for you that's been building up over some time. I want to see what's underneath that 10 of Wands. The Two of Pentacles. So that can be a card of juggling. If this person's in a connection and wants to juggle with you, or maybe they're trying to make a decision between two options here and they feel like they can't. This is another confusing energy, but again, these are fantasies, so that doesn't even necessarily mean that this person's ever going to act on those fantasies of like, you know, breaking down their old life, restarting brand new with you. It may not ever take place in reality because again, it is a fantasy, But this person just seemed very wishy-washy from what I've been picking up. Yeah. So it's like they could go back and forth about this fantasy. Like sometimes they fantasize about it, sometimes they're just like not thinking about it whatsoever. I don't know. It's odd. Okay. But they do have those romantic feelings for you because it is clarifying the Two of Cups. So it's like they do have feelings. I think they know this. But it's like, will they actually act on what their heart desires, though? That's like the real, you know, that's like the real indication of if they truly want something. Okay, let's go on to the World card. Please and thank you, Spirit. Who's fantasizing with the collective? What are those fantasies? Okay. Ooh. Damn, okay. This one's loaded. So, we have, clarifying the World card, we have the Six of Swords, King of Wands, Page of Swords, the Emperor, Two of Pentacles, Ten of Wands, the Fool card, Five of Wands, Queen of Wands, a lot of Wands, Strength card. Oh, and the World card came out to clarify the World card. Bottom of the deck is the Nine of Swords. Okay. So the World card is typically a card about closing out old cycles, beginning a new one. So this is probably somebody that's fantasizing about a new beginning with you. Closing out whatever took place in the past here. Moving on to calmer waters with this Six of Swords. So this one feels like you have a past with this one. And they want to make things better than they have been in the past between the two of you. King of Wands could indicate that they're like stepping up to the plate. Maybe taking responsibility, showing up with enough passion and drive to make a change here. And then also there could be something about the King of Wands with like looking back on the past and what took place between the two of you and maybe having some serious regrets about that. Page of Swords coming out, especially when it coming out between the King of Wands and the Emperor. Why is that hitting me as odd? So this definitely could be two different people in this part of the reading. Maybe both of these people have been keeping an eye on you for quite some time now. And now they're actually like confident enough to like kind of step forward and, you know, talk about it, I guess, or something. Yeah, it could be that these are two people that have been watching you for some time. And now with the Two of Pentacles following after that, this person... Oh, I think I see what this is about. So this could be somebody that's fantasizing about being picked by you. Like you having two different options of like, you know, the King of Wands and the Emperor. That's pretty solid personalities, and if you wanted to have a commitment with them. So the Two of Pentacles could be you kind of like weighing your options here. Like, okay, which one is the best fit for me? Are we compatible? Do we have chemistry? All that stuff. And I think the fantasy here is that they fantasize about being the one you choose over the other party, the other competition. And the Ten of Wands could even indicate that this person really wants to try really hard to look better than the other person. So it's like this person feels like you have options and they want to be the best option. Somebody's like willing to really put in a lot of effort, a lot of work to show up in a way that wins your affection and allows the two of you to start a new cycle together. And then the Fool card, that's their hope, their dream, a new beginning here. Let's do it. Spirit is guiding us to do this kind of energy. And then the Five of Wands. So yeah, as I was saying, competition. They want to look better than the rest of their competition. They want to stand out in some way when it comes to your attention. Their fantasy is about, like, even when they're up against really good, you know, good looking options, they want to be the best option. They want to be the one that you choose. And they're willing to fight for that spot, I guess. And then the Queen of Wands would indicate that you're very compatible with that King of Wands there. And maybe you're more inclined towards that King of Wands rather than the Emperor. I'm not sure which person's showing up in this part of the reading, if it's the King of Wands or the Emperor. It could be both, or it could be just one of them. But it definitely feels like somebody is in this situation where they think, feel, or know that you have options, and they want to be the best option. They want to be, you know, standing out against the rest kind of thing. So maybe there's the King of Wands, because it's like, okay, I want to try really, really hard to prove that I'm a good match for the Queen of Wands. Apply this to any gender, by the way. But yeah, it's like they want to look really good. Like, I am the perfect person for you. We were made for each other, pretty much. Yeah, honestly, and I feel like you're going to stay calm, cool, and collected. You're not going to let these people see you sweat. Like, even if it is a difficult decision, I think you're going to keep yourself very level-headed and reasonable, sensible. There's something about great sense of control that comes through your energy. You have a lot of self-control that probably is something that other people really admire about you. Also, I get something about, like, a little bit of a poker face. Like, these people may not know how you think of them or what you think of them. And so they may not even know if they stand a chance or not. The Strength card, I honestly feel like there's this energy of you inspiring somebody to be strong, to be kind, to be patient. You set a really good example for this person, and they learn a lot from watching you. And then the World card. So this is like a world sandwich here. That's about, again, those closing out of old cycles, beginning of new cycles that are more in alignment with your higher self. Yeah, it's like this person sees the two of you going on to the next level of your life together. Like the new chapter, it feels like a new chapter is happening for you in your life, and this person desperately wants to be a part of that new chapter. This could be somebody that you know really well or somebody that you don't know super well, but you have some sort of past with them because they feel the need to kind of like make things better at first. Maybe there was some sort of miscommunication or misunderstanding or something. But this person really wants to step up the plate and show you they mean business. They are willing to fight for this connection. They don't care if they have competition to go up against. They don't care if there are better options in the picture. They want to show you that they are the best fit for you, and that the two of you going into this next chapter together would be really beautiful. And maybe, like, I feel like power couple vibes is kind of their idea here. They see you as incredibly powerful, passionate. This person also feels very passionate as well, and so it's like the two of you building, like, you know, going towards your goals, going towards your dreams with a lot of fire, passion, and sharing in that together, that experience. Very interesting. I actually like this part a lot better. This might actually be somebody that actually means business and actually has true intentions here. I'm not getting anything about a third party. The only thing I got about a potential third party was just you weighing your options between two people. Like, you're the one that has the third party potentially, but I don't think you're attached to either one of these people. I think they're just people that are interested in you. But this person really wants to, like, sort of show off in some regard when it comes to you, to really show you that they are a good match for you. They will almost want to make it obvious. You know, like, yes, I am the obvious option here because you and I are so compatible. We have so many things in common. Interesting. And then the Nine of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So somebody could have had a nightmare about you. Maybe you walking out of their life, you walking away from them, you turning your back to them, never coming back, or something along those lines that could have really upset them. And then on the other hand, it could be that they had a really pleasant dream about you, but when they woke up, they realized it was just a dream, and they felt really sad about that. They also could just be an overthinker, somebody that's very anxious. So maybe it takes a lot for this person to kind of build up their own self-esteem and confidence to come towards you. I'm curious what's underneath that Nine of Swords. Two of Wands. I think we saw that earlier with the Nine of Swords too. Yeah, so this person's making plans to come towards you. They feel like they're guided to you in some regard. Like there's potential for new growth here as well. I want to see what's underneath that Two of Wands. Temperance. So a healing of connections. Patience, which I think came through with that Strength card. You show up in a way that's very patient, and so this person wants to be showing up in the same energy that you show up in. So patient, kind, loving. Strong, courageous. Oh, so as I was looking at the cards, this started to slip down and reveal the Sun. So you could make this person incredibly happy. You could also make this person's inner child feel very safe with you. And also this healing of this connection, this affecting energy for it to get more positive, taking negative energy, turning it into positive energy. Yeah, this could lead to both of your happiness. Or at least that's the hope, desired outcome. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I feel like that person definitely comes across as a little bit better than the other ones that were in like third-party situations, like full-blown relationships with other people, but yet still fantasizing about you. This one actually feels like more real life. Something about this feels way more based in real life. I feel like if anyone is going to act on these fantasies, this would be the one to act. And especially if it is the King of Wands, that King of Wands is driven, passionate, fired up, ready to go. So I feel like, yeah, probably that would be the most likely to come out or come towards you in terms of applying these fantasies to real life. Yeah, so we have the Seven of Cups at the bottom of this deck. And we were saying like something about options, multiple options, choices. And honestly, with this context and the fact that I think we picked up on, I feel like at least 3, maybe 2 people, 2 or 3 people throughout this whole reading. So maybe even more, I'm not sure. But yes, it's you that has all the choices, all the options, is what I'm picking up with that. So it's something about like you're not at a lack when it comes to possible options, possible partners. I want to see what's underneath that Seven of Cups. The Lovers. Ooh. But it's like you're looking for your soulmate. You're looking for your other half. You're not willing to settle for just anyone or anything. And I feel like that's kind of... I feel like that would be what that King of Wands is trying to show up as, because it's like this person really wants to be the counterpart to you. They want you and them to be equals, teammates, you know? You could like work together to build something really cool. So, yeah, that King of Wands could be your soulmate because they match your energy, and you could feel that maybe. Or when this person comes towards you, you could maybe really feel that there's something here, something very serious, something very inexplicable is what I'm trying to say. Let's see what's underneath the Lovers card. This is the Knight of Swords, and I feel like that perfectly literally says what I just said. What did I say, like, before I started viewing the bottom of the deck? Something along the lines of, like, out of all the people, I feel like the King of Wands is the most likely to come towards you. And under the Lovers card, we have the Knight of Swords, which is the fastest moving knight in the deck. So I'd say out of all of these people, get ready for this King of Wands to come rushing in, to prove themselves to you, to show up in a way that is like, I am compatible with you. You and I have good chemistry. You and I have, similarities, things that work together really well, those types of things. So yeah, get ready for somebody to actually come towards you and not just fantasize about you, but actually attempt to put those fantasies into real life. That is so interesting. I like that though. And I feel like, yeah, that definitely does confirm, because I was saying that the King of Wands is the most likely to be your soulmate with the Lovers card. And so with that Knight of Swords showing up underneath the Lovers card, I feel like that's just more confirmation that this King of Wands is coming towards you, and quickly. Probably when you least expect it. Okay, let's ask the Oracle if there's any other, details or words of wisdom for the collective, please and thank you, Spirit, when it comes to who's having fantasies about the collective and why. You. Okay, so we have the Rooster and Sunflower. This represents communication. Get ready for some communication, that's for sure, especially with that Knight of Swords we saw. And then we have Metamorphosis with the Frog and Lotus. So transformation taking place, big shifts happening. And then the Mouse and Buttercup, this indicates innocence, which I really like because we did see the Fool card earlier. And I like to say that, like, the white dog is a representative of loyalty, but also that purity, that innocence, like pure intentions. So again, this was also in a connected with that King of Wands. So that King of Wands may have real pure intentions with you and not any hidden agenda. So maybe keep in mind that there is somebody here that is maybe sort of innocent in their intentions towards you. And it was interesting that the Bobcat and the Blackthorn, that represents patience, it came out in the reverse. So I'm actually going to look that up in the book, because I know that there's a specific meaning for the reversal. And with it just being my intuition, I would say probably impatience is what this is representing, but we'll see. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have the Wolf and Rosehip, and this represents guardianship, which to my recollection has a lot to do with, like, protecting what is special to you, what is meaningful and important to you. So this King of Wands that really wants to come towards you, it could be that this person wants to protect you as well. They could feel very protective of you. Like maybe they see you as the innocent one. Maybe they see you as like this very sweet, innocent soul. And so they feel like they kind of have to step into this position of protector of you, because they see you as somebody that's so pure and sweet and innocent. Aw, that's actually really cute. So this person actually values you, treasures you. Because, like, yeah, when you're protecting something, when you desire for something to, like, not be hurt, not be mistreated or whatever, like, that is obviously showing that this is somebody that cares about you genuinely. And it's not just about, hookups or whatever. Like, there's substance to this connection. Okay, let's see what the Bobcat and Blackthorn in the reverse. Okay, so in the reverse, you have acted too hastily and are in over your head. Notice what preparations might have served you and plan more carefully in the future. Okay, so somebody that maybe made a hasty decision. Oh, so this could actually just be a warning for you, like, to not make any hasty decisions. Don't rush yourself into making any serious decisions. Allow things to really play out a little bit further before making those serious decisions here. And maybe that would also be good with this King of Wands, especially if he wants to come in all of a sudden. I'm saying he because it's the king, but apply to any gender. But like, what was I saying? Yes, maybe give it some time before you make any concrete decisions, because you genuinely want to feel this person out for who they genuinely are and not just who they show up as at first, you know? So maybe wait a little bit of time to get to know this person, to get to see behind the mask before you actually take any actual serious action or commitment with this person. But yeah, that is the reading. I really hope you enjoyed this, and I hope that it resonated. If it did resonate, feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you subscribe, you can become a part of the Hive Collective, because my name is Bee. Bees live in hives, and you can become an honorary bee, like me, and we can be a little bee family together. If you like my readings and you'd like to see more, be sure to click that bell icon down below so that YouTube actually notifies you the next time that I upload. And thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate you, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye!